If I knew 20 years ago what I know now, I'd be filthy rich. We just didn't have that information back then.
Man, we got a legendary producer sitting with us tonight at the 813. This man has worked with Rod Wave, Project Youngin, Tom G, and many, many more. But what he's most known for, well, I ain't gonna say most known for, but his greatest accomplishment and most recent accomplishment, he is now a platinum music producer. So you can't just say his name. You got to put platinum music producer in front of it. I'm talking about, how we say it? Platinum music producer, Youngin Chriso, y'all.
Facts.
Give it up.
Yeah, I made another million.
That word legendary been going around on me. Y'all throwing it at me.
Yeah, you legendary, man.
Sound like legendary stuff to me.
Man, I know I miss him. I said Rod Wave, Project Youngin. Who else you don't work with, bro?
Tom G, Kodak Black, Priceless Scott, LA the Goat, Lil Papa, Loose Cannon Takeoff, Chameleon. Whole bunch of them.
Whole bunch of people, huh? Man, how I feel, bro, to have a platinum plaque.
It feel good. It feel more so like a relief.
Yeah.
You know, when you get something like that, it lets you know like you ain't just doing this for no reason. Like
right.
you really done made something happen. So that's why like it's so special to me. You feel me? So
yeah. So I mean, when, like opening, I seen when you was opening it on IG. I seen your video when you opened it like a kid on Christmas.
My nerve was kind of shaking.
Your hands were sweating.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. But like it was a long time coming. Like and like I made sure like my parents was right there, my siblings, you know, the people that was there with me from the jump.
Yeah,
so
that's what's
it was
up.
only
they
right.
Were there with you when you.
They were right in front of me. I just told them to be quiet because they can get a little rowdy. I said say that for the, you know, I wanted to keep it light. You feel me?
So how it come? It come in the mail?
Yeah, well, okay, FedEx delivered it, and I actually had to play the piano somewhere, play the piano for church. It was on a Sunday, so when I got out of church, you know, you got to sign the signature or they going to keep rolling. So I called him, and I was like, hey, is it a way I could pick that up? Because I ain't going to lie, I've been waiting for a minute now for it, so I'm ready to get it. So I ended up driving to FedEx myself.
Yeah.
And I picked it up myself, put it in the front seat like it was a date.
Yeah, I know that's right. Yeah,
so you already knew you had it.
Yeah, they had something notification on my phone like while I'm in church playing the keys, I get a notification your plaque has arrived to the front door. And
okay, so before FedEx delivered it and before you got the notification, was you notified that the song had went?
Oh yeah, for sure. I found that out in 2020, like the end of 2020.
So it took that long for it to come.
Well, you know, like it got to get approved by the label, and like everything it's weird when it comes to labels and stuff like that. Like I know producers who still waiting on plaques from like 2 years ago.
Wow.
It just be like that sometimes, and then it's so many producers, artists. Everybody got a plaque pretty much like in the industry, and it be bigger than what people think. So it took a minute, and then approval can take like a month to 2 months, 3 months, you know. So but when it come, you know, that's why you got to keep working, because when it come, it should come at a time where like you working, because basically that's what I was doing. I'm working and I find out like, okay, it's at the front door. So you know.
So well, let's start from the beginning, then we're going to come back to the platinum plaque.
Yes, sir.
Your name, Youngin Chriso.
Youngin Chriso.
I was calling you Chris. Where the O come from, the extra O on it?
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, I'm glad you asked me. You probably the first person I interviewed with that asked me that question. All right, so basically, of course, at first it was just Chris. That's what everybody called me.
Is that your name?
Yeah. Well, Christopher, but you know.
Okay.
Chris. So basically, me and my homeboys used to listen to the Migos a lot.
Yeah.
Like a whole lot. Like this was high school. This was like 9th grade, 10th grade. And this when the Migos had first started. So my homie, like he just went to saying Chriso, like how Migos be like Migos, like back in the day. So it just stuck with me. So like my homeboy Mark, he the one that gave me that name. And then the Youngin just came from, at first it was 813 Chriso.
Yeah.
And then they was telling me like, you know, the number behind your name might make it less universal or professional or whatever. So that's how I came up with Youngin. Because at first, I ain't want it to be Lil Chriso or nothing. So I just went with Youngin. And then some people say Young Chriso, Youngin Chris, Young Chriso. Some people just say Chriso. So
yeah, okay,
yes, sir.
And at what age was it that you developed that your homeboy gave you that name? Was you already making beats?
Yeah, I was already making music. Like really, okay. So I started like as a musician, like since a jit, like 2 years old, 3 years old, beating on pots and pans, turning everything to drumsticks, turning every pots and pans, toys. I used to take like the wrestling mans and use them for sticks. So music been in me. So plus my parents, they invested into like instruments like at an early age. So I was already making music, playing music in church, playing music in school. So when I started making beats, I probably was like 13, 14. And it started at church. We used to like, you know, play songs. So I wanted to spice the songs up. So I like make a beat with the song, and we call it click tracks. So little did I know, whole time I'm really making beats, but I'm looking at it like, okay, we just doing it for church. So after that, I just turn the keyboard off and it delete everything I just did. So like for real, like we used to just do it for church, and eventually I got like a chip to save it when I started peeping. Okay, maybe I should save this stuff, you know. So that's really where it started at, like, and then I want to say probably a year after that, probably like 15, 16, that's when I actually started like making beats for real. And then like 18, 19, 20, that's when I started taking them more serious. Got my laptop, my MIDI, stuff like that. So
yeah. So when you was like around 18, you were just making beats. What you was making them for your homeboys? And
just for me, really, because I was rapping too. And then like my family, like my parents, they sing. So that's really who I started with, like for like my practice years, like me and my parents really. And then eventually it was just me, like I just make beats for me. And it's crazy because I ain't even really had the confidence to put it out. It'll really just be for me. I might preview it on like Snapchat, like a ducked off media, but not even Instagram. So I would still like go on YouTube sometimes and use the YouTube beats because I was still perfecting my craft. You know, getting stuff to better my quality. So by the time I want to say like 2018, that's when, you know, I got everything pretty much right. My speakers, you know, well, not even the speakers. I've been had the speakers, but just like switching over from just doing beats on my keyboard to actually putting it on a laptop and like the quality being more right. So that's when things got right. That's really when I started taking it more serious, like in 2018, like the middle of 2018.
So what was taking it most serious? Like, what did that look like? What step was that?
Pretty much like just like putting myself out there more on the media. Cause I ain't gonna lie, when I was in high school, like the only way you knew I did music is if you had like music class with me, or like if you went to church or something and you seen me at church playing music. But I ain't really like broadcast it. I started broadcasting it probably like, cause I graduated 2016, so probably like the end of 2017/2018. That's when I started doing keyboard videos. Cause at first I was just doing rap videos, like rapping and stuff. But I started showing like, okay, I'm a musician. So that's how it started. So I ain't even like show the world that I made beats yet. I was just showing them that the only people that knew I made beats for real was like people that like was around me, like for real. So in the circle, yeah. So I mean, I want to say 2018. That probably was when I just fully got into it.
What program you was using?
The first program I started with was Ableton, cause that was the program that came with the MIDI that I bought.
I ain't even never heard of Ableton.
Yeah, Ableton. Then I switched over to Reason. Then I switched over to Fruity Loops.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't like Reason for some reason. Reason was kind of difficult.
That's what everybody
Hard,
say.
I mean, we went from Reason to Cubase. I think Avid. A couple of Fruity Loops was like
Fruity Loops,
so easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love that.
It took me a minute to switch over to Fruity Loops. I had got so used to Reason, but like one of the main things that made me switch over was just like everybody around, like all my producer homies, they use Fruity Loops, and when we collaborate, they'll be like, man, let's take it to, cause like we used to have to like switch the stuff over from Reason to Fruity Loops, so I was just like, man, I'm gonna just learn this, that way when I'm with y'all boys, we can all be on the same page,
right.
Cause we already raw together, but now we even more like tight, cause we all use the same program. So
you said with your producer friends.
I
What
heard
is
that
it
too.
that you think?
yeah.
When is the transition when you come from beat maker or I make beats to I'm a producer?
The transition, I feel like when you start like actually making things happen, like risk taking, like okay, so
Is it just the money?
like what you mean by that?
Like if you making beats, but you're not making no money from it, then you can't call yourself a producer.
I mean, I would say that because it's people that just make beats and they put them on their beat store and they make money and all they do is just make beats, literally. But like as a producer, like when I was first trying to get my beats out there to rappers, I was actually like hitting them up, trying to do like the leg work or like just through the media, like, and then I like sometimes I'll invest into artists like, hey, you know, I believe in your talent. I'm gonna throw you some beats. I feel like that's producing because like you're not just saying I make beats by them. You trying to build something. You trying to a producer is somebody who puts something together.
Produce.
You
Something.
helping the artist.
Right.
And I mean, even with that, sometimes when you in the studio with an artist, you might help them with a lyric or a bar.
That's
You know what
that's a form of producing. Like a lot of people think producers is just people that make beats. Like if you in there and you helping and you was a part of the process of putting it together, you technically a producer too.
Some people
You
make
know?
a beat and then once you get the beat, then they leave it to the engineer to break down the beat, the different sounds.
Yeah.
We're gonna drop the bass right here. Bring the claps in right here. So
See
that's switching it to a producer.
Yeah.
When you doing all that.
engineer go to producing. Yeah.
Yo.
Yep.
So what artists you think gave you your break? Not your big break.
Okay.
But when you like, oh, I ain't just doing this for me, and now I'm doing it for somebody else.
It's crazy.
When you heard somebody rap on one of your beats.
It's crazy because like, okay, and I got to keep it real. Like, and everybody from Tampa don't even be knowing this, but like, Tampa ain't even catch me first. Miami caught me first. I'm gonna tell you why. So when I was doing my keyboard videos, I used to like play like big artist songs. Like I play Lil Baby, My Dog on the keyboard, or I play the Rez of Sean Hardaway, and I used to tag them boys like, you know, thinking they might see it. You know, it's different.
Right.
Everybody wasn't like playing songs on the keyboard. Everybody was rapping at the time. So even I was rapping, but I noticed like my rapping wasn't really catching that much attention. So I started. That's what really made me start like, okay, let me showcase my other talent, and that might bring the people to my rapping too. So
Right.
So when I peeped that tagging a bigger artist weren't working, like, you know, them boys, they up there, so they ain't really like checking they got too much messages and stuff going on. So I started tagging like the people in Florida that got a name, like Major Nine, Kiddo Marv. At the time, I even did a Buck Sosa cover before I'm So Tampa. Like he had a song with Sweetie. I forgot the name of it, but I had played it on the piano. He had reposted it for me, and you know he kind of had that little buzz at the time off the beef with LA that he had going on. So Kiddo Marv had reposted me. So Kiddo Marv, he real popular in Miami. Kiddo Marv connected with Major Nine, you know, Iceberg. You know, at the time, I'd say Miami probably had us beat with, you know, we at that time, I feel like we really just had Tom G and Tay Bay, and Tay Bay was locked up. So at that time, I feel like we really just had Tom. So when Kiddo Marv reposted me, that's when Ripper see me. That's when like a lot of people from Miami see me, even Major Nine. So them boys started like, you know, tapping in with me. Even Mook got the keys jumping. So Ripper reached out, we locked in, And that's really when things started happening, because he already had a name for himself as a producer. So really, I was his melody maker person. So like, that's why I tell producers, make sure you got some type of value to bring to the table. Don't just say, I make beats. But me being a musician, I was able to actually provide like some good value. Everybody can't play
that real. So you play the piano.
Yeah, I really play like.
So you come from the church. So,
yeah.
So he
all 10 fingers moving.
All 10 fingers.
What I'm saying? Some people play the piano like.
Yeah.
Don't talk about my skill.
So you really doing that.
Yeah. So that's what helped catch Ripper attention. So we just went to making beats, like, and this was like, through media. I make something, send it to his email. He put the drums on it. He make the play because he had a connection. So in this case, he was my plug. So this is 2018, probably June, July, August, September. In that time frame, we just going crazy with beats. The first break I say was probably Project Youngin, Thug Soldiers. And it's crazy because, DJ Swift, he from Tampa. I met DJ Swift through Ripper low key. Mind you, me and him from Tampa. But
so you met the local person through an outside plug.
Yeah, and then at the time, Swift, he had already had Plaques. He was already the big dog in the producer community in Tampa. He was the big dog. So, I knew of him, but I ain't know him personally or nothing. So through Ripper, me and Swift started working together too. But that's when we got Thug Soldiers, Project Youngin. So that's what brought the attention for real.
Yeah.
And then before then, Ball Greasy had tapped in. Like, ain't nothing never happened, but like he had tapped in through one of the beats me and Ripper did. And after Project Youngin, that's he the one that probably broke it. Cause at that time too, he had that controversy where like he had got shot on live or something.
Yeah, when he faked his death.
So, so
right, and you say in two different words, right?
He
said controversial.
But see,
I was watching it when it happened.
See, because like the way he explained it like he did it on purpose to like prove that when people think you dead or people think you die, you get more love. That's how he explained it, But of course, like people were saying like he faked his death and stuff. But just so happened that song was the song I did it, produced on.
Yeah.
So that definitely, like, I had people hitting my DM like, is he okay? Is he okay? Like people, that brought attention to me. So he definitely was the first one that kind of gave me that like break. That manager break kind of like
So
as a producer.
how did that feel? Just that little.
It was different. It was different because I wasn't used to like strangers just being in my DM, like asking me about beats, asking me is Project Youngin dead and all type of stuff. Like I wasn't used to that. Like
so when you decided I want to make beats, not just for me or my homeboys in the circle, but for the industry. You had to know that was coming eventually,
man,
right? Like, did you know that?
You know what's crazy? The year before that, 2017, I can't believe I skipped over this. I was like sending my beats out to like different artists in Tampa, but them boys wasn't
biting. They
wasn't rocking with me. They were 2017. Like this was the transition of my quality too. So I know like looking back on those beats, it probably wasn't the best quality, even though like the skill was always there. But the quality. Yeah. So, of course, like, once they started seeing things moving, of course, like, eventually, all of them, every last one of them boys done tapped in, like, fully now. Like, it ain't no question. But, yeah, I was reaching out to a lot of rappers in Tampa, like, trying to get beats to them. But, like, I ain't take it personal because I know, like, okay, they might not get on it now, but I'll catch them later.
Right.
I got them boys now,
right.
so.
That's what's up.
Yeah. That's what's up. So what's your style? What would you say your cause you got you got this new thing now, you got drill music.
Yeah.
You got trap music that came before the drill music. before the trap music, back in the the early 2000s, you had the Maces and the Puff Daddies, then St. Lunatic. You had that
upbeat kind of celebration type.
Like
Okay.
baller
music.
Cash Money, all them. Before you had that, you had straight gangster music.
Yeah.
Tupac, you know what I'm saying?
Is that too short?
All that, you know what I'm saying? So as the music changes, as it evolves, you know what I'm saying? You got different titles and different categories.
Right.
What would best fit yours? Which one you think you best fit in?
I say, like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I could do it all. You know, I'm versatile. But like, if I had to pick one specific, and like people done picked this for me, I'd say it's pain music.
I was gonna say soul.
Yeah, it's soulful, but it got like a Tampa upbeat crank to it.
Yeah, so it's
like,
mixed.
It's mixed. So like, if you listen to a lot of my like beats and stuff, sometimes it's like it got that pain soul elements to it, but you can still like move to it.
Yeah,
you know,
like if you your go to, like if you ain't have an artist to make a beat for, if you ain't have no work to do and you're just in the crib and you like, man, I'm finna do something, that'll be your go to. Right
probably
there.
Yeah, that's probably my either that or just like some upbeat, just like Tampa type vibes, you know. But like in my own style, like I always made sure like I kept like my own, no matter what the sound was, like I follow the times, but I make sure like, okay, they gonna know it's me,
right?
You know, type
That's
vibe.
what they call the niche. Your own uniqueness about
niche.
niche. So what's your key? What's your favorite key?
My favorite key is C.
C.
Yeah, C.
That's C.
Definitely C. That's the key. That's the first key I learned how to play in. Like
a lot of people say that.
Yeah,
cause that's like the main one.
The main key.
No matter where you go, you always gotta come back to C.
Some keyboards be starting with E, but like on a grand piano, I believe it start with a C.
Yeah.
Like on a big boy.
How you learn how to play that? Besides being in church, like
okay, so I ain't gonna lie. I went to, cause we had a keyboard.
At the house?
We had a keyboard, but it was just there.
Yeah.
Cause I was into the drums at first, like I said, and then like in school, they had me on the guitar too. I learned how to play the guitar a little bit. I could do a little something. I ain't like no
struck a chord,
no crazy person with it, but so the keyboard, I got tired of looking at the keyboard. I ain't gonna lie. So I was just like, man, let me go in there and see if I could do something. I went to, just like how earlier you were saying, like playing with one hand. That's how I started. And I used to I always had an ear for music. So I was able to like take a song, know it, and just imitate it. And that's how I started. And then my pops, he play. So when he came in the room and he heard me doing my little thing or whatever, he started showing me chords. You know, he kind of old school, so it's only so much he could have really showed me. But he gave me that foundation.
Right.
And then different churches we went to. We was going to this church in Ocala, like traveling there sometimes. So Jacob, that's my uncle. He the one that got me right. Like he could play. Like he was suited up. Like he knew like the R&B, the rapping, all that. Like he taught me how to play rap songs, church songs, all type of stuff. Like he got me right. Then my big bro Carlos from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, he was showing me stuff. My boy Corey, just like a whole bunch of different musicians just here and there. And then of course, you know, as you keep playing, you get to learn the stuff on your own too, like different chords just come to you. Like the more you do it, the more, you know, it just becomes like second.
Your own.
You know what, I played the keyboard a little bit.
Yeah.
But I always had to look at the keyboard. Like you done got to the point where you could like turn away and still know how to play it. Like, and then you see like them old concerts and rock and roll bands, they have two keyboards. They have one right here and one right there. Like,
see, I be playing. I got it set like that at the church. I got a keyboard right here and the keyboard at the top. I got the little beat machine on the side. So a lot of times I do be moving all over the place.
So you still play at the church?
Yeah, still every Sunday.
No, I was just like, so Platinum still going to the church. That's what I heard. Like
the whole church proud of me.
Shout out to the Platinum still playing the church.
Now let me say this because
yes, sir.
Because I got a little partner, a little bro,
okay,
go by the name of 217. You know who that is?
217 from the city.
Nah, he from Atlanta. 217 on the track. He played He did Bankroll Fresh walked in.
Okay.
Through.
Say less.
He did that Mr. Hotspot.
Okay.
With my friends. We get turned.
I know you talking about now.
He do the little jingle type beats.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? He done 2 Chainz.
Yeah, he definitely got
Rich
that trap sound. Yeah.
But he was telling me dang, I forgot what I was just about to say. But he was telling me something about when you playing the keyboard and when you making beats, you know what I'm saying, it's hard to I can't think of it.
It got something to do with like remembering the notes and stuff.
I don't know, cause he got a good memory. Like
Gotcha.
he'll get on IG and be like, "Y'all remember this song?" and he'll play it. You know, I'm like, how the hell he remember that? You know what I'm saying? Even though he made it.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me to go listen to a song I made 10 years ago and go play it again. Like
right.
I can't
that
do
memory.
It, you know
yeah. Wow.
He good at it. And a lot of people, even Zaytoven started in the church.
Top 5.
But what he was telling me, because he turned into a Christian.
Was that your thought back?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was telling me he turned into a Christian, right? Mm-hmm. So he go to church, you know what I'm saying? He gave his life over to God, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't want to make secular beats no more.
Okay.
For the world, you know what I'm saying? Because he got out the industry because he like, well, I'm living for God now, and if I go sell this beat to 2 Chainz, and you know, tell him what he gonna say on it, you know what I'm saying? He ain't want his name on it.
Right.
So you say the church proud of you, but at the same time you making beats for all these thug niggas.
So it probably,
you know what I'm saying? So how did that work?
So it probably is some talk like behind the scenes and stuff, you know, but like, you know, in my face.
Right.
They proud,
It's
you
all
know.
love.
My people proud, but I wouldn't doubt that there's some talk going on, you know. But
because I mean, being a producer
Yeah.
that you are, you got to be in you got to interact with these. So you got to go to clubs. You know what I'm saying? You know DJs.
Yeah.
And in the clubs, it's women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a lifestyle. It's a whole lifestyle that comes with being a
But see, the thing, I feel like the thing that like set me apart is like in church, like ever since I was a jit till now, I always been me.
Right. That's
like I never went in there faking, portraying, like the same, pretty much the same me you see in church is the same me on the outside.
What you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get.
That's beautiful.
You know, we all got flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like, and truth be told, like what I tell people too, like the main person I feel like who should really be held accountable for making sure in church that what they preaching. So y'all know what I'm talking about now. You know, I feel like the preacher more so got to hold that standard more than anybody else, more than the members, more than the musicians. They the ones who really got to hold that standard, because if the preacher preaching to you about not doing this and that, and you going outside seeing them do that, it's going to be kind of like, whoa, you telling me not to do this and look what you doing. So I feel like as a musician, I kind of always been in the cut anyway. So it's like, and you know, most people, they already know, like, they been knew I was doing music.
Right.
I ain't ever hide it. So I feel like, too, because I've been real about it, and I still come to church. You know, I don't, you know.
And then that's the part. So,
Yeah, that too. So it's like, I feel like they probably just trusting me like that, you know. He gonna be good, you know.
So with
Yeah.
So when you say the Miami caught on you first,
All right.
then Tampa start tapping in.
That's exactly what happened. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
Now you got people. Did you just get swamped with? Now I got to make 100 beats now. Like,
This is what happened. So I went to going crazy, like Project Youngin, Rod Wave, Kodak.
Rod Wave before.
Yeah, before
he
Kodak.
popped?
Oh well, this was Rod Wave around like Feel the Same Way Rod Wave.
Yeah. Okay.
And Heartbreak.
Yeah.
So
He had already blew then.
this was like right before Hard on Ice when I got, cause this was on Hunger Games 3. Me and Ripper did the outro, Can't Sleep. So in Can't Sleep, it got that Florida sound all over it, like when you listen to the song. So I did the keys on that. So I want to say what was your question again? My bad. I kind of went into
like when you
okay.
nobody didn't know you.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? To now everybody know you. It's like did they just bombard you?
Okay.
Make a beat for me. Make a beat for me.
So boom. So as it grew, because it really was a growth. Because you got Project Youngin. You know he kind of Florida. Then you got Rod Wave. He like Florida, but a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Then you got Kodak. Right. He like the man in Florida at the time.
Right.
So people already was gradually hitting me up. Some people was just probably watching like, okay, who this is? Like, what he got going on? Like they probably just looking. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I went to promoting myself like with it. As soon as it dropped, boom.
Right.
Rod Wave produced by me and such and such. Boom. Identity Theft produced by me and Ripper. So I feel like when they finally saw, and you gotta understand, this really all happened like in less than a year.
Right.
That's what I tell people. Like me knowing how to play the keys helped like big time. Cause Project Youngin, I think that was in July or like June. Rod Wave probably was like in November. Kodak was the month after, like December. So January, that's when Jit Faye tapped in with me. That's pretty much when everything, like everybody started tapping in like that next year. Like once people seen that Kodak, that Kodak placement, that's when all the artists probably, started reaching out.
Cause it's probably because of the name. Because
the name helped, yeah.
I mean, I ain't know anybody can't make a beat. But say you got 10 producers.
Yep.
All they beats fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so saturated because now you got big producers making beats, but then you got somebody that got a little laptop, you know what I'm saying? He making beats just as good as them.
Yeah, I was about to say probably better.
It's so much competition everywhere. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's hard to say, oh yeah, I want Youngin Chriso to do my beat until they see, oh damn, he done did Rod Wave. So now they want to get one of your beats because just for that name, you know what I'm saying, Youngin Chriso, that's leverage right there.
See that, and that's what had to happen. Like I'm thinking that like my talent alone was gonna make people say, okay, boom. But sometimes the talent ain't enough. Sometimes you need that accolade behind you just to get the people attention.
Right.
It ain't that you not talented. It's just that you ain't got their attention. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much.
And you connect with what got their attention, and they be like, wow.
You got their attention. Because that's what I was aiming for. Like, when I first started, like, sending beats out, I wasn't trying to hit up big artists. I was trying to get to, like, Tom G,
anybody
in the city who I felt like was doing their thing at the time. Just G, he was like the face of Sulphur Springs at the time. I was reaching out to him. I was reaching out to Jay Creek.
Anybody with a name.
Anybody with a name at the time in the city, because in my head I'm already thinking at first, okay, these boys from the city. Mm-hmm. I might can see them at the corner store. Ain't no telling. I got people everywhere, so it ain't no telling. But once I seen like, okay, them boys ain't messing with me, let me try something different.
Right.
I ain't get mad about it or like get in my feelings. Mm-hmm. That's why I tell people, like, if something don't work, just keep going, do something different. You can do the same thing.
You can get to a dead end and then like just reroute yourself.
Reroute yourself.
So no don't mean the end of your story. Oh, okay.
Boom.
I'm just saying.
And I noticed something about you early on, like the humbleness.
Yeah, all through. I feel it.
That's one thing that you get from when you get a good upbringing.
Yeah.
And when you know God, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you secure.
You carry that with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, so with you being humble, but at the same time, you don't went from Project Youngin. Then you done stepped up the Rod Wave, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
With that each accomplishment, does that make your head grow? Not to get the big head and get conceited, but does that boost your ego
for sure
every time?
Definitely, like
the
plaque alone, like when I look at the plaque and now I'm working, it automatically in my head just like say like, boy, you raw, like
I gotta make this beat even more fire now.
Yeah, like it definitely put that engine, like it cranked it up a little louder. So,
but how much like do you like the fact that you stayed true to you though? Like, does that like outweigh all? Like I stayed true to me to get this accomplishment. Not that you had to, because sometimes we'll do some shady stuff just to get out there. But like you stayed true to you.
What they call it?
Still going to church on Sunday.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's just like studying and being around like real people. Like I think that's what it is. Like just like my uncles, my pops, my mom. All them. They got like a pretty like rough background. So they always like stayed in my ear. Like having good OGs really is one of the reasons why.
Tell you something real.
Yeah,
like not how to go out here and crash.
For real, like that's one of the real reasons why, like I kept that mindset. Like I already knew in my head, like okay, even when the plaque come, I'm still gonna be the same me. Like I told myself
but
that.
But I bet that price went up, didn't it?
For sure, yeah. That's probably the only thing that changed, But like, but like character wise though, I made sure like okay, like let me keep the same character. I ain't gonna like the people who I've been rocking with. We still gonna rock. It ain't no. I don't. The only thing is I'm probably a little bit more busy. I tell my homies, if I don't answer the phone, don't take it. Right. Don't take it personal. Don't take it.
I want to ask you that too.
Yeah.
The price done changed, but you still the same person.
Yeah.
So.
Character wise.
Yeah. But so like you said with your homies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can your homies still come to a platinum music producer and still get a beat?
For sure. Yeah.
But
most def.
But what the tax gonna be on that beat?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? They still get the homie price, or they gotta put it on layaway and make payment plans.
Oh my god!
I ain't gonna lie to you. I keep it real with you. Like when it come to like anybody like locally, really, like I always ask them like what their budget is, like what they working with, cause I could tell the person the price, but if they ain't trying to spend that, we ain't making no movements at all. Right. So I always that's my strategy now. Like, okay, let me see what this person working with. Based off of what he working with, we could either stay right there, cause they probably done said the right thing already in my head, or we can take it a little higher. Mm-hmm. Maybe by 100, maybe by 2, maybe by 50. Right. But I always ask them like, what you working with? Even LA, I heard him say the same thing about like when promoters book him for shows. He say, how much you trying to, right? You feel me? So, and I got that from one of my young homies, Ali Films. He shoot videos. He put me on game. He was like, sometimes I just ask them their budget, and they been said what I'm thinking. Like you never know. So that's how I move with it. Even if it's a homie, somebody I don't know, But that's what I always go based off of. Like I look at their page first. If it's an industry person, I know, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But if it's a local person or somebody on the come up, right. I was a rapper before, so I know how it is trying to buy beats, trying to shoot video, all type of stuff. So, I work with them. Long as the budget, I can work with the budget.
Like how long will it take you to make a beat?
Right, 5 to 7 minutes.
A
full, done, mixed.
So
bounced out.
Like, cause you got so many young cats in front of that computer, man, and they cranking out beats for $50, $100. They doing deals and all February you can get this and you know what I'm saying. So when somebody come to you and you say $350, $400, $500, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you? Well, I know you probably don't think you missing no money. Like, you ain't missing no money, but you don't think, oh, let me knock this little beat out. It ain't gonna take me but 10 minutes. Like, what's the lowest you'll go?
That I ever went, or you talking about like right now?
Right now,
the lowest. Oh.
Now, hey, hold on.
Right.
Hold on, cause we finna have everybody in your DM.
Right.
Hey, I got $100. Nah, but like for real, like
I got $100.
I say this definitely not 100. Definitely not 100.
I mean, even if it take you 5 minutes to do it,
Cause it ain't about it ain't that what I tell people. It's about the skill. It's about the sauce, and it's about the name now too. So like you paying for the brand, you paying for the quality of the beat, and you paying for the skills too. Like that's years of practicing, years of getting, my skills on the keys right. So it's really it's a brand thing for sure. Right. More than anything.
Right. I asked you that.
Yeah.
So for the people that's watching, they can get the real from a producer of how the strategy work, how the game works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could just sit there and say, okay, I can make 15 beats in an hour. You know what I'm saying? I can get $200 from each person. You know what I'm saying? And come up right quick. I remember in a pandemic, Boosie had said something like that. He was like. We in the pandemic, I can't charge that much for a show. He got on IG Live. He was like, man, if you want to do a verse with me or you want me to come perform, give me 10 stack. He said 7. Matter of fact, he said give me $7,000. I come to your city. You ain't gotta have no club, no stage. I stand on top of the car and perform. I don't care.
And that's fairly cheap for like Boosie. Like
yeah. So I was just thinking like you ever get at a time when you like might need some quick cash, and you like, man, I'll just do a special right quick. And
well, see, like, okay, like here's the thing with me, and this is why like I still don't mind doing beats like locally and stuff. I love getting money in the streets. Compared, like the industry cool, but the streets
might take a time. It
might take some time. So that's why I always made sure like I kept my name. Like okay, like when I posted a picture of my plaque and my caption, it said platinum in the industry, platinum in the streets. That's real, cause I made sure, even after the Kodak thing, cause like I said, Tampa ain't really catch on to me like that. So even after that, I made sure like, okay, let me, whoever the hottest is, like whoever I feel like, okay, in this hood, Oso the hottest, in this hood, LA the hottest, Priceless, she the hottest female, I made sure, okay, let me tap in with them. It don't matter how big I get, I'ma always make sure I'm tapped in with the streets. Right. Because getting money in the streets is quick.
Yeah.
Just like the other type of business.
Right.
I treat it like that when it comes to getting money like in the streets. Not even just Tampa, Orlando, the A, whoever, New York.
Another question. Now, what you been in the industry?
Yep.
Because you are in the industry.
Independent. Don't label.
You got to do contracts.
Yeah, definitely.
But for your homeboys, you don't do contracts. Or how does that work?
It really depends on the artist, cause I know I will already know like, okay, if this artist like running a business locally, he got his whatever he spend, he keep track of and all that. We'll handle that. But if it's just like somebody that's just buying a beat, and I know they just trying to,
they're gonna throw it on YouTube. It's gonna get a couple views.
Ain't gotta do no paperwork for that. Like I know different producers be thinking they have to, but if you want to, you still can. But if you know the game as a producer, you'll know what to do if it blow up. Yeah, you'll know what to do if it blow up. Like even if you ain't do no paperwork at the beginning, like you straight.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, he passed the law for like producers, like music creators that kind of helped that too. Like when this I think Kanye West, he had helped push it. Like so like we pretty much like protected when it come down to it. So
right.
I mean, it just really depends on it depends. It really depends. Like I always peep game when it come to artists. Like so I know like, okay, I need to do paperwork with this. Or they might suggest it because the industry, they already gonna send paperwork. So if an artist really, really serious about it, and I know they is, like I'll know what time it is. You could tell by the conversation and all.
Right.
So
do you upload beats or tracks to YouTube?
I used to. I stopped doing.
You don't do that no more?
Yeah, I stopped.
Like what Beat Demons. I used to get a lot of beats off of YouTube with Beat Demons, you know what I'm saying, with the exclusive rights and all this and all that, you know what I'm saying. It don't matter if you pay them.
For sure.
Somebody else gonna still have a beat.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of times when you got so many beats up there, like I said, different people using the beats. And some of them say free, but they're not really free. You get copyright,
royalty free.
Right. You ever had to like hit somebody with that copyright? Hey man, it's mine.
Luckily, I stopped before I went platinum. So before I went platinum, before I got the plaque, I say. So like before I got like the big attention, which was like recently, I had already prepared myself. Okay, let me go ahead and take these beats off YouTube because I know that ain't the route I really want to take. You know, so I went ahead and took them all off. I said, okay, you can't just get this. You gotta come to me, you know, come to the team. You gotta, you know, you ain't just gonna find this. So,
but you still got a catalog though.
For sure, I got a big catalog. You know, folders of beats. You know, I think right now I'd rather just like pull up at the studio, play the beats on the spot. And let them pick like that, you know.
So, cause I'm just trying to see like,
but it was a transition though, you know. I was doing the YouTube like.
Is it money in that?
Yeah.
It's kind of like
hit or miss.
Cause like I didn't reach the point to where like I was getting paid like off of the YouTube itself. So. As far as the beats, yeah, there been time where like somebody done seen the beat and they'll come to me like, hey, how much this is? They'll screenshot it and I'll make the money. So I say it's an outlet, but at the same time, it's like you gotta.
Is it worth the hassle? Worth the time?
I think more so like the reason why I stopped doing the YouTube beats, I don't really think it was because of me thinking somebody gonna steal it. Cause like I said, if you know the game and you know what to do. If a song blow up, you gonna know. Okay, let me call my lawyer. Boom, that's me. Get that right. Talk to the label. They gonna handle it. You know, and then the labels they gonna want to know who the producer is, anyways. So even if say like you steal a, you know, people call it stealing beats. You take a beat off YouTube, the song blow up. The label want to sign you. You know, proper paperwork, 50-50. Composition, writers. Composition is the people that made the beat. Right. The writers is the people that wrote the song, performed the song, all that. So they gonna want to know. So that's why I tell producers, don't, you know, if you're gonna do the YouTube, you know, do it. Cause I know, you know, like TNT, Rod Wave producer, he got a lot of his Rod Wave stuff off of YouTube. So I ain't gonna say YouTube don't work, but just like the route that I'm trying to take, I know that YouTube ain't gonna be what I want to do.
Right.
Just for like, you know, I'm trying to be like, you know, like a hit maker, like a Timberland. You know, them boys don't put.
Have you ever worked with a artist on their whole project?
The only person I did that for so far probably was Dog out of Tampa. Yeah. I don't know if y'all heard of him, but he from Tampa. I did his whole EP, and then it's like talks in the works, like with different artists, like Swaver, Tom G, little brother. We've been talking about it. Tom G, we done talked about it. So it's been a lot of talk with like full projects for sure. But so far I just did Dog EP. Road Boy, the one that was signed to Gucci Mane, I did.
You said it was signed to Gucci Mane. What happened with that?
Best way to explain it, you know, cause I wasn't really like in the mix of what was going on. And you know, only reason I say this, you know, he said it before too. Best way to explain it, you know, it had something more to do with the independent label he was signed to versus Gucci them. So, you know, I guess it was a conflict going on or, you know, whatever the case, and that's how the situation kind of split. It was kind of like, okay, this is what's best versus like, you know, how people trying to say, oh, he got dropped. You know, so, and that's, you know.
And what happened? Go ahead.
So you said something about the full project. That mean every song on the track.
Yeah, I did for Road Boy album. This before he was signed. I did majority of Diamond in the Rough, majority, and then Lamb. He did some tracks, and I think the other person on the did like one track, but I did like probably 70% of the beats. But like, yeah, as far as like full projects, I still got yet to like do somebody like whole out. It's crazy because remember I told y'all earlier, my parents saying I did their whole project. They had a project. I did that like when I was 14. It was like it was a gospel project. I was doing my little rapping on it or whatever, but that was like the actual first project I did, and we were just selling them CDs like in the church world, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that technically was one I did, but like recently, like I just be on the move. Like that's why, like if you look at my catalog, I got a song with this person, that person, because I'm never just like in one room. Like I'm moving on. You know, I got like a little system, and I collaborate a lot. So
Right.
you know, but yeah, them full projects coming. It's been a lot of talks, like
Yeah.
a lot of talks going on.
The collab part, the juice, the main entree is this
Boom.
this platinum plaque that you got from Kodak.
Yes, sir.
How did that whole situation come about?
Collaborating.
That's
With
what's up.
so
I love collaboration.
Yeah.
like
My
you
favorite
mean
thing.
collaborating with another producer,
With another
with
producer.
Ripple.
With Ripple on the beat.
So
Yep.
y'all
Now when
two
I
people-
heard the song, everybody heard Identity Theft.
For sure.
But since you got the platinum plaque, it made people go back and listen to it,
Facts.
not for the lyrics, but now for the beat. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Yep. And you know, like around that time I ain't even have my beat tag. Like I said, like I was
That's what I was finna say, because
Yeah.
when he come on, you hear Ripple on the beat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, Youngin Chriso at?
check this out. So when I first started, I was on some learning type vibe. So I'm learning the program, and it mixed to me learning the program and stuff like. And this was Ableton at first, cause Ripper the one that switched me over to Reason. He said it got better sound selections, stuff like that. So, like I said, I was his melody maker. So really, I threw the melodies, throw it at him. I ain't thinking we finna get a Kodak placement. I'm just working with him. I'm just collaborating at the same time. I'm rapping. By the time I finally get my beat tag, we made Identity Theft in August. I got my beat tag probably like 2-3 months later. So Kodak chose Identity Theft as the beat when they sent the pack out. So
What you mean he chose Identity Theft?
like okay, like
that
so
was the name of the beat?
No, the name of the beat was like Run It or something like that. Or like Run It Up. Something. I got a beat on my phone.
Because I know producers, when you save it, you got to save it under a name.
Under a name.
When he said Kodak chose Identity Theft, I was like, oh, he had it? Okay.
Yeah, he chose it.
That's what's up. So,
And they
Yeah,
don't
he
get
sung- they-
renamed, yo. Like although you name it when you save it.
But you know what's crazy though? It's called Run For It. Yeah, that's the name of the beat. Yeah, Run For It. So that's the beat that Kodak chose out of the pack that Ripper sent to him.
sent to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, of course, like at first I'm thinking like, my tagging on the beat.
Right.
But then I started looking at the bigger picture. I was studying like a lot of producers when they first started. You know, it's people like Metro, his biggest song that he went diamond for, his tag ain't even known it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, he went diamond for Post Malone, Congratulations with Quavo. That's I think that's his only diamond song.
Say congratulations.
His tag ain't on the beat,
Yeah.
but he the producer.
Right.
So sometimes, you know, I feel like, and for me, with my tag not being on the beat, it gave me the sense of like, okay, this is your sound.
Mm-hmm.
So now when people hear certain stuff, they know it's me, and my tag don't even got to be on the beat. Like I done had females hit my DM like, oh, I knew that was you on the keys.
Yeah.
You know,
That's dope.
and it'll be just like it'll be a preview of a beat I did or a song, but it'll be like in the middle of it, so you ain't hit a tag, and they'll be like, "Oh, this you?" And I say, "Yeah, that's me."
So you did the keys. Ripple did the
Drums.
The drums.
Yeah, he did the drums, and he did the dun dun, the hit sound, but I did the bass, the piano, the strings, and I did it was like a little flute type of thing. So I did like 4.
Who got the most sounds? You or him in the beat?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
I mean,
It's a collaboration beat, so it's like okay.
Break that down. Like who
Basically,
who gets the bigger check out of one beat?
I mean, really, like when it comes to two producers, it's 50-50.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like it should be.
Because it's a collab.
It's a
Like,
collaboration.
See, I ain't know if it go by.
Oh, how much time
If he
put in?
only did the keys and Ripper did
sometimes some producers go by that, but with me and Ripper, it was 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you know, I started with the melody. Most of the time, like, you know, he'll give me like an idea of what to do. You know, he'll tell me, hey, Chriso, I got beats I need for such and such, T Grizzly, whoever. So based on what he told me, I said, okay, let me do some melodies that sound like that. Send it over to him. He get the inspiration. He put the drums on it. You know, so I feel like, and this ain't even just with him. This with whoever, Blackberry, Jit Faye, K Hendrix, even like producers in the city. You know, when I send them boys melodies and stuff, I'm inspiring them.
Right. But it's like the relay race. Like, you started off, I'm passing it to you, and we all ran the darn race.
And then it's like we all doing it. Like, you know, a lot of times too, I send it to them. They'll do the beat. They'll make the play.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
But we made the play because it was a collaboration.
Right.
Like,
So you
the
might
steps.
make a melody, but you don't know who the beat getting shot to.
Yeah, for real. That's how it
Until
be.
you find out.
Until you find out.
Or T Grizzly just picked up.
That's how it happened with the Kodak thing. Like, I found out when, you know, when he found out, he told me. You know, we ain't know. Like, when you send a beat pack off, you don't know that it's finna. You don't know what beat they finna get on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's their choice. So, you know, when I found out, I was surprised.
And you don't know if they're gonna get on any of them.
Right.
Facts.
So
Big facts.
just picking one, that's a happy feeling right there.
Mm-hmm. And then just like me now being in that position to where like I'm the one that make the plays, and sometimes I still play the just doing the melody, send it off to the person that do the drums and let them make the play. So it's like knowing like playing your role,
right.
whenever, you know. So and a lot of times even now like and there been times where like the artists won't want no tags on the beat. That's just how or the labels, they say, okay, for this song, we don't want no tags on the beat. Like I told you, like with the Metro song, ain't no telling why his tag wasn't on the beat, but sometimes it be like that. So that's why I didn't feel as bad. I used to feel, but see, another thing too is, around that time, I wasn't ready for that attention. If my tag was on the beat, I was not ready. I was because I still was in my process. Like, of course, like if it would have came, I would have toughened up and did what I had to do.
Right.
But around that time, I look back like on some everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, because now it came back around and it's like,
And you ready.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm still reaping the benefits from it. You know, when you go look at the credits, Youngin Chriso, Ripper, Kodak. You know, Youngin Chriso, Ripper, Rod Wave, and you know, like that's what it was about too. Just knowing, okay, you know, the sound. You know, that really helped with my sound. Like me knowing, okay, I'm focused on the sound. I ain't worried about no beat tag right now. I ain't worried about like no, you know, I was still building the brand. I was perfecting like the sound. The sound was the first brand. This was just what came a little later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
what's
yes, sir.
No, I just think I'm just loving all this. Like, I hear he don't just get in the sandbox. He likes to build castles in the sandbox. He believes in collaboration, coming together, helping people. Like, all of these are just just wonderful because ain't nobody really playing like that. People say, "Oh, we got you. You send it to me. I'm here." But then you send it and nothing happens.
Yeah.
You finish the race, but I don't finish the race.
And then there been times where like I send like a producer like a pack of melodies and he ain't do nothing with it. But that's all a part of risk taking. You know, I was risk taking right then and there with whoever.
You ever heard your stuff that you didn't give permission for? Maybe not.
Maybe not released, but definitely like previews and stuff.
Yeah.
Cause like say like if a rapper in the studio and you done sent the pack, or a producer that you collaborate and sent the pack, and the artist homeboy in the studio, they recorded, you know, the process ain't even done yet. They don't even know if the song about to drop. They just in the studio recording the beats or listening to beats. So it have been times like that where I say, okay, that's my beat, not knowing if he gonna get on it or not. You know, with.
Yeah.
Who was telling the story about that? T-Pain was telling the story about that, like in one of his interviews about how that kind of happened and they couldn't really. He was doing it. Oh, Michael Jackson.
No,
Was it with Michael? It was with Michael Jackson.
I ain't see that.
I was one of T-Pain interviews. They at Michael Jackson's spot. T-Pain and whatever in Michael Jackson presence doing this thing. Somebody, a new person, I think he brought on the team, did that, leaked it, and Michael said he wanted nothing to do it. Took his name complete, like just dropped the whole project. Dropped the whole project because a new person that they just brought on the team in there with the phone trying to do whatever that leaked it and was like, and I'm almost certain it was T-Pain and talking about Michael Jackson.
I remember on Drink Champs, Kanye said that.
Yeah.
Kanye said it was somebody that was working with Kanye, and they did something like that. They recorded in the studio, and Kanye, it was Kanye homeboy, and Jay-Z told Kanye, you gotta get him out of here.
Wow, yeah, they see, I feel like now, like 2022, people do that stuff on purpose now.
Right.
It's a media.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
a buzz thing now.
Yeah, you know,
then.
Michael Jackson ain't really get to catch the social media wave for real. Like, imagine Michael Jackson with an Instagram now. For real, like.
Nobody else ain't got on Instagram as Michael Jackson had an Instagram.
You know, he'll probably have the most followers than anybody for real.
Yeah.
So, and like he'll probably be in the studio like previewing more music because now like he would have been a part of that era like of what we got going on now. You know, rappers preview music on purpose now. Yep. That'd be their way to market and set it up. That'd be that.
Do it all the time.
All the time. So,
to
you
get
know,
the buzz going.
Of course, you got like, you know, I'm pretty sure Beyonce, she like exclusive. Jay-Z, Kanye, you got them. But a lot of times, you know, the exclusive artists even catching on like, okay, we can tease them a little bit with this preview and stuff. So,
speaking of exclusive artists, now you don't work with Kodak.
Yeah.
Major artists. You don't work with Rod Wave.
Yeah.
Major artists. And maybe I would think. What you think? Rod Wave done surpassed Kodak yet?
They was having this argument at the corner store the other day.
I mean, like you think he done got bigger than Kodak yet?
Bigger.
I think Kodak's still number one in Florida. To me, I think Kodak's still number one in Florida. But Rod Wave got like a national. He done hit like a national level. I think
both of them boys like on the same type of timing actually.
Yeah.
The way I look at it, I feel like them the big dogs right now.
Yeah.
Like
now,
when it comes to Florida.
There's artists that are way more bigger than both of them. Like say
Drake.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got Jay-Z, you got Kendrick Lamar. Now, what artists that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
Definitely Drizzy for sure. That's like one of my favorite rappers. Like,
yeah, you done sent some packs to him?
I done sent some stuff to Boy Wonder, one of his producers, and like, you know, just building connections and stuff. I know some people that know the team like OVO and stuff. So
is it hard to send what? Now, if you send it to his producer,
yeah.
The producer might block it because he might be hating, like on some hating shit.
It's a risk.
Because he the one make beats for Drake.
It's a risk. Yeah, it's always a risk. Like who
is this nigga sending me beats?
See, like when you sending stuff out, when you know, a lot of times people have their emails out. Sometimes you can get the email from them, you know, if they respond to you. So it's always a risk. You always risk it. You just gotta
walk by faith.
Manifest, you know, be positive. You know, I won't even think like that. Like, I feel like, okay, bro, he gonna have integrity. Right. You know, he gonna do the right thing if it come down to it. And, you know, now I kind of built a name for myself too. So, you know, it's way different when you building a name and you got a plaque now and all that too. So it's like that makes a big when I posted a picture with my plaque, I seen the difference, like with just even industry people, you know, managers, bigger producers, you know. Shout out 30 Rock, you know, that's we tight.
Shout out.
That's the one that did the box, Roddy Rich.
Oh, okay.
30 Rock, you know.
That's that funk right
Yeah.
He was number 1 on the Billboard.
Diamond.
Time.
That's a diamond record.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a diamond record.
Talking
So
about Roddy Ricch, that.
yeah, shout out 30 Rock, you know. Man. I tell you, if I tell you all the conversations I have with like even like just legends, y'all would be so surprised.
We ain't got time for all of them, but we can get 1 or 2 on. Tell us something.
I'm spilling the beans right now.
Because we trying to inspire the people, man.
Okay,
it's some young beat makers out there that's gonna.
Right.
So y'all know.
This.
So y'all know the DeBarge family.
Yeah.
So L DeBarge, like that's big bro. Like we actually chop it up and stuff.
Yeah.
So
okay.
He be motivating me. And what happened was I played the keys for his brother that passed, Bobby. I did a cover to I Call Your Name. I sent it to him. He seen it. Ever since then, like we been tapped in. Like
that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
How that feel, bro? Good
feeling. And this was like before I had the plaque. Like we was tapped in. Like we've been tapped in for a few years now. So, and this stuff I don't just walk around saying this stuff like or letting it get to my head. Like I just build it. I just build on it. You know, like even with Kodak artist right now, Psycho Bob. You know, I be hearing he speak highly of me.
Yeah.
You know.
He get around. He done been to the city a few times.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
He don't just stick up on the Kodak. He go do his own thing.
Yeah. Kodak too. Kodak rock with Temple.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Them boys, I seen Psycho Ball was at the classes, matter of fact. But matter of fact, so since we talk about Kodak and his artists, what you think about Jack Boy?
Jack Boy
what
hard.
What you think about they little beef going on, man?
I hope the best for it. That's what I say.
I know that's right.
Yeah, you know it when it come out.
Think they ever patch it up?
I think so.
I think so too.
I think it's like typical, like, you know, when you have a problem with your homeboy. Yeah. But now it's just media, you know.
Right.
They both stars, so you know. But I feel like them boys gonna be straight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, 2 more questions.
Yes, sir.
Now, you can answer if you want to, or you don't got to. How much did you make off the Kodak beat, the track?
It was a good amount.
like
it was. I say this. It was the most money I got at one time. Like it was definitely the most money I got at one time. Like I'll tell y'all off the camera, but
right.
Everybody like
it was a decent amount. For me, I ain't gonna lie. For me to just have did the music part on it, the instruments, it was a good.
Yeah.
No cap, but that's
the initial one-time payment.
Oh, besides the back end,
not the royalties.
The back, that's a whole other different story.
That's what I'm saying. Like just
you talking about the upfront? Yeah, the upfront was nice.
Did it when you sent the pack to Kodak?
Okay.
Did the beat already have a price on it, or do he say I'm picking this one? How much is it?
It's okay. Like so, that's the label. Like Kodak don't sell beats. I mean Kodak don't buy beats. Okay. His label buy beats. Atlantic, Sniper Gang, you know, they the ones that buy the beats, handle the business, and that's for any artist that's signed. You know, if you're an independent artist, of course, like you the one that's doing the transaction. But when you sign your label, you know, the artist got a budget, studio time, features, beats from producers, you know. So really, it's the budget, and you know, like it's industry, so you know they gonna cut that check. The industry gonna cut that check, you know. Especially when you're dealing with an artist like Kodak, Drake. You know, you just gotta make sure you got like good lawyers, good representation, people that know how to negotiate. And you'll be straight. Right. You'll be fine. Yeah. It's just about having the right people. Like to when they send that paperwork, when they reach out to you and the negotiations start, it's really just like knowing what to say. If you the one saying it or if your manager, lawyer, whoever.
I seen this thing on IG and I don't know if it was DistroKid. It was one of them
distributions.
One of those things that try to get you to click and sell you something. And the dude was talking about yeah, I sold Rick Ross this beat for $30,000, and I sold 2 Chainz this beat for $15 grand.
I know you talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I see it pop up all the time. I'm like, is he capping? Is he for real? You know what I'm saying? But those numbers get up there like that.
They do, yeah. But see, a lot of times too, like back then was way better.
Yeah,
like
I think Timbaland was getting like
$100K, $200K
for one beat.
It ain't like that no more. I'll tell you that.
And that's because it was more exclusive. Like, we ain't had no phones. Like, literally, it was
boom.
hot off the press. You ain't heard this nowhere.
You know your stuff.
Straight exclusive.
Like I said, it's saturated. Like, everybody
do it.
And
Yeah.
got a little 10-year-old Japanese kid over there in China or in Japan.
That's raw. That's suit
Right.
up.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it ain't the same quality though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna get a Timbaland beat from Lil Cha Over there.
Right.
Yeah, that original.
And it sounded like that's what he was
Dr.
focused
Dre
on.
Mm-hmm.
Scott
quality.
Storch.
Right.
Scott Storch.
Scott, top 5.
Swizz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those type of people, you ain't gonna well made it.
And that's what you meant by the people who say 5 minutes I can drop your beat for $300. You ain't getting it. You're not paying for the quality. You're paying for the microwave, just the real fast. And so you want quality.
Hey, I'll tell you this though. Like, I heard this from, I think, a Travis Scott song. A producer got like about 40, 50K, 60K. I think that's the biggest I done heard out of the new generation of producers. Yeah.
Because a lot of the new beats, it don't have a lot of instruments in it.
Yeah, it's
Probably
like
got 3 or 4 at the most. You
Yeah,
got the
'cause-
drum, you got the 808s,
main
you got the
thing.
clap,
Yeah.
you got the hi hat,
and a little illusion
and
type
you
of
might
melody.
have like some what it's called melodic.
Yeah,
melodic,
like
wavy.
something that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
And I do those type of melodies sometimes, but you know, I like to keep that authenticity, like, you know, piano, bass, strings, you know, that's just maybe a saxophone. You know, I like to keep that real musical. And
Somebody
then,
told me, boy, you can't go wrong with a grand piano.
what? That's the go-to sound for sure.
Go wrong with it.
Grand piano, bright piano.
That boom. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the Rez and Shine, he have a lot of that kind of stuff in there.
Yeah, I like the Reds. Like,
A new song, Key Glock just dropped. What's Key Glock's song?
the tribute to Dolph.
No, the one after that, it's Play for Keeps, I think. He
Okay.
just dropped it like 4 days ago. It had this keyboard in there.
I gotta listen to it. I ain't heard it yet.
Shit was fire, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. So you can't talk about how much the Kodak.
I'll
had,
tell you this though. Like, when it comes to like industry label stuff, like, you looking at stacks. You ain't looking at like hundreds. You looking at like between 2K and, like I said, like 50K, like all in between.
Yeah.
I say that.
Yeah.
All in between. Yeah.
That's what's up. And then, so that's how much do you sell the beat for?
Yeah,
Then
to the
you gotta
label.
do the paperwork, so you getting royalties every time.
Your publishing. Yep. You get your
Every
back
time they
end.
play it on the radio.
Yep. Your radio. You got
Streams.
streams. You got all type of royalties. You got the radio royalties. You got the streams from like Apple Music and YouTube and stuff like that. You got TV stuff. You know, all type of different royalties. As long as you make sure, like, you know, your paperwork and stuff straight. You got you a BMI. You got you an ASCAP. You got you, you know, some people have a publisher too. My publisher is Song Trust at the time. So, you know, say like if a publisher want to sign me or to like a publishing deal, then I'll switch over. You know, a lot of people do that too. They'll be signed to one publisher. Then when that contract is done, they'll go to the next. And the publisher gonna help you get the royalties that you probably can't get by yourself through just BMI and stuff like that. They'll go out and get it from like other territories overseas and stuff like that. So it's a lot of royalty. They even got royalties for Pandora and like iHeart. That's a whole nother different type of royalty. I think it's called non-interactive royalty because you can't pick the music. It pick itself.
Right.
So that's a whole nother type of royalty. I'm
finna drop me something on Apple Music or something.
So you like the independent thing?
Oh, I like this question.
Making beats for yourself, or how would you, or what you think about being locked in with a label? Like say when No Limit had Beats by the Pound. Cash Money had Manny Fresh.
It got us from me just studying the game, because I ain't never been signed. I done got offered, like, from managers, labels and stuff, but like I ain't make no move yet. Like I really
slow you down.
I really was just building my brand, just like I still am. Like I'm making my stock higher.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, and I knew, like, I already knew, like, okay, certain things I know before I just make a decision. Like Spot 'em Got 'em people, they wanted to manage me.
Yeah.
Like last year, and we still tapped in. But it's like I knew, like, okay, let me keep building, let me keep growing, get my stock higher. So because I knew the plaque was on the way. I've been knew the plaque was on the way, so that was really like, okay, let me at least post a picture with the plaque, let everybody see it, and you could imagine the type of conversations I done had in the last week. So
yeah,
right.
I can imagine.
I purposely did that though, just by being smart, studying. Like I study independent people, Young Dolph, Russ, Nipsey Hussle, and I pay attention to like what they did. So I kind of, even though I'm not a rapper per se, I mixed that in with producing, and even like other producers who independent too. So, what was your original question? No, I didn't mean to like skirt.
No, it was just like, do you like selling beats for yourself?
Okay.
Or you think will you ever get locked in? If you do get locked in, you think that'll slow you down?
Put you in the box.
I say it'll probably, from what I be seeing, like, okay, like this is what I heard a bigger producer say, Bricks. He said when he asked the bigger producers, like, should I sign? They all said, if you need the money and you ain't got the money yourself, go ahead and sign, because you gaining something at that point. Like you get the money, you do the right thing with it, that'll be good for you. But if you got the type of mindset like, I'm gonna stack this bread up myself, I'm gonna do what it takes to. It might take a little longer, because a label, they're gonna throw money at you that you trying to get for 2 years. They're gonna throw that at you in 1 second.
Right.
But if you willing to wait and stack up, invest, get to your goal, you might not need no label, because you doing the right thing, and then you might could just do like a partnership, or like rather than like just signing straight to a label.
Right.
That's what I want. I want a good situation. I don't want to just sign. I want it to be like a situation where, okay, I got some leverage. I still got my freedom. I like my freedom. Don't nobody run me when it comes to this. Don't nobody like really like. I don't move and nobody tell me to move when it comes to this. Like, that's a good feeling though. That's a good feeling.
You can do what you want, because I like the fact that you, like you said, you can't imagine the conversations you had in the last week.
Yeah.
But you still made time for me. In the midst of all those conversations,
I love my city.
And having the platinum plaque.
Yeah.
I reached out to this man, right?
I love my city.
We at the Lyrical Cafe. Shout out to K Roof.
Shout out K Roof.
Doing thing with the Lyrical Cafe. If you missed it, you ain't go, man. Y'all need to pull up, man.
You sleep.
But I hollered at him. I like, man, I want to interview you. Yeah, set it up. The next day, you know what I'm saying? We was already locked in with a date.
I didn't know I was in the building with platinum people. Kept in contact
with me all through the days, all during the week, and even the day. We still on for the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A platinum producer. You know what I'm saying? I'm still humble. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like having this right here.
Yeah.
You know
Fact. And this is my second interview today. I had an interview this morning too. Yeah.
What you say? And made time for Hood Gems. Facts. We appreciate you.
Facts. No problem.
Before we get out of here, who your favorite producer is?
Oh, top one.
Who your favorite producer?
Favorite Zaytoven. Similar story.
Yeah.
About the same story.
Piano.
Being a barber, all that. Like I went to barber school. Like right before I started taking it fully serious. I found out about the Kodak thing while I was at barber school.
Yeah.
Yep. So
yeah. He
a barber. He do music in the church. Like, we really got like the same stuff. I done read bro a book. I done tapped in with him low key too and everything.
Yeah.
So
you met him?
Nah, I ain't meet him yet. I'm cool with his drummer.
Yeah.
The one that played for his church. Like, We cool. He know about me. You know, he know about me and stuff. We gonna meet though. We gonna meet. That's when I might get that starstruck feeling for real, because I feel like, I feel like that's like the motivation for real, the inspiration, and on the industry level, because of course, like growing up, I was looking up to the people in Tampa that was, the musicians, where I felt like, okay, he fire, the producers and the rappers and stuff, we listening to Tom G in middle school like he Lil Wayne.
Right.
He right up the street.
Right.
So,
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to the young beat makers out there that's trying to get where you at?
Got
dreams.
So collaborate, take risk, believe in yourself, self-belief. I already see it before it happened. I already saw myself holding the plaque.
Yeah.
I already saw myself talking to legends and big rappers and all type of stuff. I already saw myself how I was gonna be. My little brother, he be on my head. Man, you crazy. Why you ain't let such and such manage you? Why you ain't let da-da-da-da-da? I tell him, because I see something. I know what I'm doing. That's what I tell him. I said, I know what I'm doing. I said, just chill. So, self-belief, when you believe in yourself, you could talk like that. Because that ain't going to scare you. You ain't going to think like, okay, that opportunity going to go away. You going to think, I'm going to do something to make that opportunity come even harder.
Come on, I like him.
That's it. Like, that's really what I do. Like, when they say, oh, we want to manage you, we want to da-da-da-da, I say, okay. And I keep that relationship solid, too. Like, I'm real tight with Spot 'em, Got 'em people. Time Out, shout out to Time Out. I'm super tight with them. But it's like, I'm business minded still. So, and they know that. They see me. They see what be going on. They see, man, Chriso making it happen.
Right.
Like, they be watching.
And that's why they reaching out. But I got a vision. Like, you got to meet me
Yeah,
here,
I got
though.
the vision,
because I already see, like, where I'm going. And this way you going to have to meet me.
Yeah.
Like, doing this with you here, like, slowing me down.
Facts.
Yeah. So
I might need to get you to make me a Hood Gems outro music.
Hey, let's set it
a
up.
new intro for season 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be dope.
Now I say, is it some more?
Huh?
I'm trying to think if it's some more advice.
Let it roll, bro.
Keep doing your thing. Don't give up. Pray. Keep God first. All that good stuff too. But
yeah, you heard it from him. You heard it from the man. Hey, multi-platinum.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there.
Let's speak that thing.
That's it. I got some Billboard plaques too, and a gold plaque too.
Man, this man got plaques on the wall, man. Coming straight from the hood, man. Regular person, just like all us, man. I mean, you can do it too. If he can do it, you can do it. We all can do it. Beautiful being, you got something to say before we get out of here?
No, we platinum over here, baby. That's all I gotta say.
Sure.
Platinum music producer, Youngin Chriso, y'all. 813 straight out of Tampa. And we on Hood Gems.
Shout out Hood Gems, yeah.
Hood Gems.
Hey.
Hey, you asked me the best questions out of anybody that interviewed me. You took it there.
He be on it though. You not the first person that said that.
I be trying to keep it. I be trying to keep it under an hour, but it be getting good. You know what I'm saying? Like we done ran an hour and 23 minutes. But man, I appreciate you,
Love,
bro.
Yeah, it was
real solid dude, man. Cause like I said,
sir.
man, when you tell people